Hello, and thank you for coming back to watching the LDM Show. And this is a special edition Behind the Mic, and we're here in Queens, New York. I'm telling you, we go all the way around. Got the beautiful view out here, and we got this guy. No, he's not a basketball player, so we got to make that. Rick Rocker. You've seen him from in the Music in the Garden. But how we doing today, Rick?
I'm doing really good. How about yourself?
Oh, hanging in there. Thank you for being part of the music Behind the Mic. You guys, if you've seen the clip, go to the LDMshow.com, Music in the Gardens. You see Rick Rocker tearing it up with his little guitar there, tall, and a big voice that everyone remembers the songs. But right now, we don't want to talk about Rick Rocker. I want to know a little bit about you, Rick, the guy behind the man and behind the name and stuff like that. So you were born here in Queens, or let people know?
Yeah, from Astoria, Queens, New York. I grew up in Brooklyn a little bit till like second grade, around about, and but I've lived most of my life here. We moved to my mom's side of the family. I'm Greek, Puerto Rican, Spanish, so my dad's Puerto Rican, Spanish, and we moved from there, from Brooklyn, and yeah, living in Astoria now. It's great. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Now, growing up in Queens, pretty much every normal kid, you go outside and stuff like that. Basically, how were you from growing up here to the new Rick that's now?
Growing up here, well, just learned a lot, a lot of life experiences, and I can change completely from the time I've gotten here, I'll tell you that much. But, it's just a beautiful place to be in. It's a great place. There's a lot of good people here, a lot of good scenery, and it's a good town. I really love it here.
Growing up, who was your main person that pushed you to do a lot of stuff?
My uncle was a big help to my music career. He was my sister actually wanted to originally learn to play guitar, and my uncle got her a guitar. It was a very cheap guitar. I didn't even know. It was probably less than $50. The name of the company was Thor, I think, or something. But it was my first guitar, or it was my sister's first guitar, and I learned the only lick she knew on it. And ironically, it was a song by Metallica. I didn't know for years. It was Nothing Else Matters. The dun 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 dun. So that was really cool. And I just practiced that for hours and hours and hours on end. I was like, okay, first I get it with the picking, with my pick, and then I was like, okay, I'll get it with my fingers now. And, I just practiced that for so long. Then I got bored of it eventually. And then my uncle, I asked him, was like, hey, can you teach me some chords? And he taught me some chords, got me started. And this was around 15, 16, junior high school. I started playing guitar. And I went to the jazz band in the senior year of school. And that was a big highlight for my high school. And that's when the grades started dropping. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, it was senior. It was a culmination of senior year, and also just I started getting into guitar, and it just kind of dominated my life. And I also I started writing poetry. I was very big on writing in English, and I liked English because it was the most creative for words. I liked writing and being creative with words. So when I started writing poetry, I had poetry assignments, and one history poetry assignment, ironically, it was about the bubonic plague, I don't know, the Black Plague, Black Death,
Wow.
And I ended up writing a really, I forgot how long it was supposed to be, but I exceeded, I went past it, because originally I was like, oh, this sucks, I have to write all this stuff, but once I started getting into it, it's like, shit, I can't finish this whole thing, without making it longer, and I just went off and ended up getting 100 on it. And I was like, he read it in front of the class. He's like, this student went, he really, this is a really great poem. He really thought it was really good. And it was like, oh, wow, it's mine. I can't believe it, So I think for me, that was one of the first, also my English teacher, she told me, it was something similar. Actually, she actually read one of my poems in the class. Yeah, I forgot about that. And it was more of a romantic one. I forgot the name of it. It was, I don't even remember. There it goes.
So basically, the poetry is what brought up and bring Rick Rocker to the day he is now?
Yeah, as a songwriter, I think that was the first inclination that I was gonna, or the poetry, I'm sorry, was the first inclination that I was gonna be a songwriter, because it got me started with writing.
Wow. So that now we're here in Queens, matter of fact, next to Astoria Park, talking to Rick Rocker a little. We just learned that from poetry in the school and everything, we had a lot of fun. Now, when we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit more about from, where were you, high school? So now we're going to go from the high school to the now, and then when we come back again, we're going to hear a little bit of Rick Rocker singing here, right here in Astoria, Queens. It's the LDM Show. Behind the mic, we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the LDM Show. I'm your host, Charles Aloman. This is Behind the Mic, and I'm here with Rick Rocker. And we just learned about his poetry years and what he learned and from school. But now I want to talk a little bit about you. You have brothers, sisters, and stuff like that?
Yeah, I have one sister. She's also a singer. And like I said earlier, she actually started playing guitar. Well, she wanted to learn, but you know, she never really pulled through with it, but I got the guitar, I started playing. But she was always a singer from a young age, and she still is a singer. She's a very good singer, and she has a band called L Train. Shout-outs!
Shout out to L Train right there.
But yeah, and so I think through her, I started singing a little bit, like, you know, Disney stuff. Like, I don't know if you know Aladdin or whatever. It was like a Hilary Duff movie.
Did you do a little twist, like put rock into the...
No, the rock thing came later, much later. Like, I mean, once it got into like the electric guitar, it came more the rock, you know. In high school, actually, I felt like I was being the rebel by doing pop rock music, because... a lot of people were like, yeah, Metallica, and Metallica I really liked, and I still...
I was going to say, you know, Enter the Sandman was my thing, you know, so...
I totally, I hear you there. Metallica, you know, is one of the... I mean, I'm not like a huge metalhead, but Metallica, like Iron Maiden, like I listen to... I have select tastes in metal that I like, but it was like... You know how high school kids they get that ego thing, like, oh yeah, metal's the best, everything else sucks. So when I was a guitarist, you know, I mean, one of my first bandmates that I ever played with, you know, he was very influenced by Metallica, and you got some.
And then speaking of Metallica, then you hear some metal music passing right by us, you know. So basically, when you started going into pop, and then what bring you into the rock age?
Well, the first pop rock band, or like pop rock alternative band I heard that I actually got into, like on my own accord, was Lifehouse. I don't know if you know that band. They have that song "You and Me." That was like I think one of their biggest hits.
That's the only song I remember was the "You and Me." Besides anything else they sung, you know, that popular song stays in your head. So
I mean, they had they had some other stuff too, but that one was like, I think most people know that one. But yeah, that was the band that first I bought like my own CDs for, and then my mom introduced me to Bon Jovi, and that's when the old school rock. And ironically, when I first listened to Bon Jovi, I didn't like it. Like, I actually really didn't like it at all. Like, the first day, I listened to the whole thing, and I was like, oh man, I don't like it. But then,
what was the first song? Do you remember the first song of Bon Jovi that you heard?
On the greatest hits, it was the Greatest Hits Crossroads Records album, and I'm trying to remember which song is the first song on there. You know, I'm not really sure right now.
Greatest hits would be
the first song. I'm not sure.
What was it, Patient?
I know the last song was Runaway.
Yeah, Runaway was, and the first song of one of their other albums. But yeah, so you started listening to Bon Jovi and you got into it.
the next day after, then I like listened to it again and I loved it. I don't know what happened. You know what? That's the funny thing about me, and I'm like that with my songs sometimes too. Is when I first make it or I first listen to it, you know, like love and hate has a fine line. You know, like so. It's, you know, when I give it a second chance, sometimes, you know, I just end up liking it or loving it. You know, it's weird.
It happens, you know, like when you're writing a song, I don't like it. Then you wind up writing that same thing that you didn't like an hour ago. So it pretty much happens in there. But now that you get into rock and stuff like that, what is it part of that you love to write? It's like you said alternative rock, you know. So what is the most alternative rock that you ever wrote? Like more heavy metal type?
Well, for my own songs, you know, the heaviest song I've probably wrote to date was probably Lady in Red. That was my heavy number on the album.
A remix of Lady in Red.
No, I get that a lot. That's something I was completely unaware of. Actually, people made me aware of that song when they're like, oh, is it like the Lady in Red? You know, from the Lady in Red. You know, it's coming to me. You know,
so I was like, okay, man. I was thinking the Lady Red.
It's a very heavy song. It's completely. It's more of got like a James Bond meets Bourne Identity kind of gone wrong kind of thing. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Hopefully one day I can get it like in a movie or something, you know, because it's got a lot of imagery. And for me, when I was making it, that's what I thought. I actually had like those images in my head, you know. Can you come with me with Bourne Identity, you know, like the girl's with him, and that's kind of how the whole James Bond thing, I think, is too. I'm not very familiar with James Bond. I'm more familiar with Bourne Supremacy, but that kind of image, you know, the secret agent kind of thing.
That's not bad. When we come back, we're going to take another short break. When we're going to come back with Rick Rocker, and he's going to be singing a cool song. You know, what song you want to sing today?
I'm going to be singing Spend the Night for you guys.
Oh, wow. You're going to spend the night. Well, you ain't spending the night here on the LDM show. You know, we're only going to spend the hour with us, but, right? Let's go. Rick Rocker right here. This is the LDM Show right here in Astoria, Queens. We'll be right back.
Staring out her bedroom window, wondering if this life is meant for her, or if it belongs to someone else. I may not have all the answers, but I can't tell you how. All my life seen countless people, but their eyes don't see me. Never gonna break me, never gonna change me, never gonna let this world get to me. Know that sometimes it's hard, but I know I'll be alright. I won't feel love, I won't touch the sky, and I won't stop till that girl's mine. Got the time, this is the place. Spend the night with me. Thinking back a week or two, maybe a few months, maybe a few years. What difference does it make if we still feel the same? She swore that she was over me, I swore that I was over her. But here we stand face to face, nothing left to lose. Don't look back now, there's only one way to go. 'Cause all my love's in countless people, but their eyes don't see me. Never gonna break me, never gonna change me, never gonna
Hello and welcome back to the LDM Show. Again, we're here at Astoria, Queens. You just heard Rick Rocker singing it live right here today. We got helicopters probably looking at him, trying to find out who's singing that song. Maybe they want to spend the night. You never know, right?
I think that's a different night.
That's
a night in prison, probably. They're on to me. Not just kidding.
But again, Rick Rocker, where you came out with the song? Like, what made you want to sing this song?
It was a culmination of two things. It was like a relationship I had with a girl, and also inner strength that I was kind of channeling at the same time. That like both feelings were kind of like relevant in my life, and it just kind of merged. And also the riff, the intro riff, the da-na-na-na-na-na-na, that was like that was actually the thing that kind of spawned the whole song itself. I played it for like hours. Like I was like, oh, this, I was so excited about when I heard it. I had like a looper pedal, and I would just play it. And I just played it for so long. I must have played it at least for an hour straight, and drove my neighbors crazy because I just had the chorus at the time. It's like da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, I had like the harmony with the guitar. So that's what it started off with, just the guitar, and I actually just followed the vocals followed the guitar parts, and it just kind of
kept playing, and the neighbors like, change the chord already. Knocking on the windows and stuff.
Nobody bothered. Yeah, nobody's. My neighbors have always been good, though. So I was, and that was around the time of beginning of college, I think, between transferring from like high school to college, or early college, I think. I think it was early college. Yeah, it had to be early college. Yeah.
So what's next for Rick Rocker?
I'm working on new songs now. I'm not entirely sure how the next album is going to sound like yet. I'm still making it. I definitely want to push the boundaries of creativity right now. I'm getting out of my zone. I've gotten much better as an artist overall in every way since I wrote the album. And I'm excited. I already have a few songs that I'm considering for the album. I mean, I've wrote tons of songs already, but I'm going to write some more, of course, probably written at least 50 songs already from the album. Probably more. I lose count, because you take so many riffs. And I'm a type of person who, if I don't really like something or love it, I tend to like not even commit to fully, to fully finishing the song. So I have a lot of stuff like that, but even, I have also tons of songs that I'm just working on, and I'm just trying to, like I said, push the boundaries of what I can do and find new sounds, something that's, I want to start like a new trend. That's like my ultimate goal. I want to start a new trend of something, not even necessarily particularly rock. I mean, my vibe as a performer, the rock is really more to emphasize, rock is, James Brown was rock to me, and like MJ.
Like a pop rock into rock, maybe a little bit R&B in there or something.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, exactly. Even that, I've been expanding my musical taste, so I don't even know exactly what the next album is going to sound like. Yeah, I've written, like I said, a few songs I'm excited about. And
are you going to be making the new album with a band, or you're just going to be doing it with you?
Yeah, it's probably going to be band orientated. That I'm pretty sure, because it gives it more the elements you can mess around with, and it just brings out the music. The rock element is more like just the energy that is associated with rock. Like I said, even with James Brown, he's considered rock sometimes, or like he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I think it's because the attitude of rock is more like kind of just in your face, or just like, kind of just the energy. The energy is very...
I like the part because he doesn't use tracks. He's more of bands and all that, just to bring out the music and stuff. Is you find yourself more into bands than just putting a track on?
What do you mean, like tracks?
Like music track.
Oh, you mean to play with the music? Well, for my first album particularly, I've always considered trying to even put like a track with my music and just singing it. Right. Maybe like one or two songs I could do that with, but it kind of loses the authenticity of it a little bit because, I feel like with me playing guitar, it's a lot more real and in the moment. And with the track, it's a little disconnected. And I'm used to also just playing guitar while I'm singing, and I feel like it's always kind of annoying to have the mix with the guitar, and then it looks weird that you don't have the band with you while you're playing with your instrument, so it for that reason I've never really committed fully to getting with the tracks. I mean, my next album, I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I'll go it more like of a mainstream kind of dance element to it. Maybe I'll incorporate some of that. I'm not 100% sure yet, though, so, we'll wait and see, just creative process.
We're going to wait and see, but we're going to still be watching Rick Rocker, finding out where he's going. Just as we are, you guys have to do the same thing. Follow Rick Rocker on Facebook. He has a couple YouTube videos out. What else you have? Twitter?
Yeah, so follow me on Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter. I got YouTube, yeah. I got my next show is at TCS, the New York City Marathon, for the November 1st. We're going to be playing on Broadway in Lafayette from 10 to 3, so we're going to be there for a while. So a lot of covers, but also original songs, of course. And we're going to be, and also, I don't know if you're going to come to Connecticut, but I'm playing a festival in Connecticut as well for like Halloween on October 30th. And I'm focusing a lot. I'm going to play some shows, but I'm going to be focusing more on creating new songs right now. That's what I've been focusing on for the past month or so, and I like where it's going so far. I'm really excited, and I'm talking to the people to also get, trying to find the right people to work with as well to get new angles on my music and just really push my level. Like I said, I'm just in growth as a musician. I'm just getting lessons, guitar lessons, singing lessons. I
wish you all the luck, because so far what I hear, I like. So if you can get better than that, oh my God, it's gonna be crazy. Again, hashtag Rick Rocker behind the mic. Find out, tell him what you thought about his music. Check out his videos. Go to the LDMshow.com/behind the mic and see his video there as well, and get to know more about Rick Rocker. Also see him in the Music of the Gardens. That's going to be up there too. And then hopefully next year we'll see you there again. Remember, the Music in the Garden next year is going to be a closed street, so it's going to be a block party, and it's going to be bigger than it was this year. So let's find out. Check out Rick Rocker again. You're never going to break me. This is the LDM Show. Rick Rocker, Queens, New York. Can't believe it. It's a nice day today. We'll see you next time. Hey, you've been watching the LDM Show? Let us know what you think about this episode. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We value your opinion, so please let us know.